Okay? India is leading.
This 100%, it is actually in our interest to even take a lead role in this. This community is a very cultural community. It's a very cultural community, right from where we resided in our old days. Throughout our life cycles, we had been using our indigenous knowledge to survive. You remember we had our housing as Herio, it's called Lakal Herio, you know? That housing is a very complex, you know, so many components which are very complex. You don't just see that grass from up. If you just get inside, there's an art that goes in it, on how those sticks are connected and the cover. From even the materials we used to sleep on, some of it made from skin, others made from grass, you know, from the transport system we used to use. Our community, when we used to move from one point to another,
utensils.
We used our own transport system based on the animals we have. And even that, the way we used to make that, the way we protect them, we even transport kids in it. To the medicine we used to use. If you see my face here, I have got some burns. These are not just accidental. It was just restricting something. And I think how even my brother here has it.
It's called blitz.
And it was common to the people living in the south.
Even Kenya National Archive and each and every person. Even I remember President receiving a copy. That book has been titled Introducing Little Known County. What was there and what was captured that book, it is not only a cultural artifact, but as you rightly put it, you know, it also highlighted the tourism, the tourist circuit that we have, the investment opportunity, the cultural activities that we had during our days. Any other, you know, foreigner when it comes to Garissa used to receive a copy of that. Then we have been challenged. I remember in our first administration that now that you go ahead and documented, you know, such kind of things in a more of a, you know, in a print media, you need to think hard again and also put the idea of documenting the herbs, as you rightly put it, the herbal medicine, and all other cultural activity that we used to have. So in regards to what Wazir said about importance of information management, it's a key role in making sure that the success of this project must be realized.
Apart from what we have now, how can we pull people to come this way? And when they are coming, they'll assist us or they leave money here. In fact, what we have here, we have big hotels. We have big hotels around here that we need people to come sleep here and leave money. And what you have exactly initiated, this is the project, this is the idea that will exploit every opportunity possible. And what we are saying, the culture sometimes disappears. So what are we going to be left with? Youths should be engaged. And once now you come up with this collection of those kind of the cultures, and we engage our youth, even the securities of our area, of our town will improve. So we as the national government, we also support this one and say that let the counties exploit every opportunity in their areas. Thank you very much.
We have received Dr. Hassan and his colleagues times back, and they have actually taken us through some training. So we are very grateful, and we are really working. We are really hopeful that we are going to do working with you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There was a time when this community has a rich history in culture. In fact, it was just a week ago. I was just in the reserve. I met an old man. We discussed from 8 to 8 a.m. to almost 6 p.m. and he never repeated the story he was giving me. He wanted at least to document by writing a book, because he knew that I was director, I was a county coordinator for social development. Then I told you I must convey that message in Garissa, and I will do it still. So if we can, times I can go, he's blind now, but the way he can talk. There are people like a woman we used to call Arawara, who used to talk a lot of stories. Now this man is just like that, and I was more. There was a lot of depth story about what he was giving me. There was a time a man had 3 wives, and they had 3 sons, and each woman wanted her son to get married. It was that competition. Now the old man had was at least to see that at least he was doing something just to everybody. So he gave the 3 boys each. There is what we call barki in Somali. Barki Pilo, Yamiti. Yeah, he gave barki. He gave a barki. Yeah, he told the 3 boys. He told the 3 boys that night to sleep in the same place outside. So he gave them barki to each one of them. So as they were sleeping, he picked all the 3 wives and said, "Let's go now. We are going to carry out our research on who is going to be given wife." So one, he found that he was sleeping and the barki was just there. His wife was there. He came to the other one. Aliona akigeuka hivi anachukua hiyo barki anaweka upande hii na akiamuka anaweka upande hii. His hair bado is neat with all that. So aliona. He went to the other one, ameona hata amekuwa uchi na barki imeanguka huko. Now he said this one akipewa msichana na hiyo msichana atakuliwa na fisi. Nasema atakuliwa na fisi. Na yule ingine vile. Kwa hivyo hawa kina mama wote wakajua kweli this is a man who can protect his wife. Yule amelala hivi na wakati anaamka anageuka anaweka upande. Those are indicators of leadership in the household. Exactly. Kwa hivyo we shall talk more.
Tuko na maliasili mingi sana huku Garissa County. Tutafanya kazi pamoja.
As youth, because of the rising of the technology, we are almost losing out our own culture. And sometimes we cannot even understand, because we have elders who give us a lot of story of past history of our culture and also our county. But it's so unfortunate we don't record those things, those information. And I believe if we put a collective effort on this program, Dodi will give us the platform that the coming generation will have somewhere to at least look upon and share this information.
Resources that we had, the trees, the species, everything eroded. So what we have taken as a department, we have taken a step forward, and we have taken the challenge before we had this Dodi project. Me plus other 2 scientists living within Garissa County, we have started documenting that one. And we are finalizing with Garissa University and Kifri. That book, we are finalizing, we are trying to document the indigenous species that we used to have. The indigenous, not the exotic species that we used to have. Both grass and tree species. Both grass and tree species. We went every part of this county, every corner. We have spent 5 days in Boni Forest. Boni Forest. Boni Forest, and that is from 2011.
Watoto kwa mgonjwa kidogo, tunachukua tunaweka kitu naitwa edhina, tunaweka chini, mtoto anaamka. Hata kuna chakula mingi huko kwetu, hata chakula ya kukula ipo. Kuna mamiti ukisaga unakuwa kama uji. Kuna miti ingine inaitwa kochokoche. Ukisaga unachukua tu unafanya hivi, yani kama wheat bix tu. Yes. unasaga, unafanya hivi, unakoroga, watoto wanakula. Hiko kitu mingi watu bado hawajijua.
The first thing is to document and protect. Itakwenda. Hii inavutia na inavutia, itakuwa kama chondo, itaenda. So this program document and work.
You can see, even in our own houses, those huts we make, this is a very beautiful material made from the Somali hut or the Somali thing. And Mzungu came the other day and he bought a whole house with 300,000 shillings and he left with it. These are our ornaments. We even have our own plates. It's called, I don't know whether it is. So everything is so indigenous and so original that you guys will be rest. We need to protect some of these things and start exporting. Not only that, we have the Somali sword, we have the Somali knife, we have all those things that are made, and they are actually highly sellable. You know, you just remove it from a sheet, and even the way the sheet is made is so interesting.
You have the support of every director, and I guess I can give you 1-2 minutes so that we can wrap up the meeting and plan ourselves for the next session.
Exactly.